What is going on? Welcome back to another Simple Line Moto. Today we're just going out to Byron, follow Route 2, probably down to just Oregon. We'll see if we go all the way down to Dixon. We're getting a later start to the day. It's about 3:20ish, 3:30. But got off work early for the holiday, for tomorrow's 4th of July. And we got some beautiful weather today. So why not make the most of it and go for a nice scenic ride. I've done Route 2 a couple times. It's super nice. A lot of nice corners, nice views. Pavement's good. As you can see, that's not a river. That's not a river. This isn't a river. So we're not there yet. Right now we're just on 72 heading west. So this ride, or this portion's kind of boring, so I don't want to videotape too much. But the main focus is Route 2. Since I got you guys here, I actually picked up some new gloves. I was running just like your basic like MX cloth, not super protective gloves, which were nice to wear on like super hot days. And then I have another pair of Sedici gloves that I picked up 2 years ago, but mainly use that for colder weathers, early season, end of the season. So I needed something more protective and something that's not gonna be super hot during the summer. So I picked up these Sedici. They're nice and like perforated. They have some nice breathability. And on the front of the knuckles, or on the back, there's some like air slots. So it allows air to get into your glove and take all the heat out. These are nice. I like them. Pretty much most of the gear I have is Sedici, or at least just like my protective stuff. So gloves, and then I have the Sedici Duali helmet. If I haven't mentioned that, that's the helmet I'm wearing. But what I do for just like street riding is I'll just take the bill off, and it has a pretty cool, sleek, street style look to it if you take that bill off. If you have the bill on, or the visor or whatever, then it's kind of more like a MX adventure style helmet. But I like it. So that's my helmet. I got my, I think they're the Vitos, Sedici Vito, or Venros, whatever. Gloves. And then I just have a Revit jacket, which it does the job. It's all just ECE1 padding in them. But I didn't want to grab a leather jacket just for hot weather like this. We also want to be protected, but I don't want to be a squid and go no protection. So this is what I'm rocking. And of course we're on the Versys for this ride. So like I said, we're gonna take a ride down Route 2. It starts north of Rockford, kind of like Wisconsin. But I'm gonna head to Byron, and from Byron, take Route 2 south. We'll see if we just go to Oregon, or if we go all the way to Dixon. Once you get to Dixon, you go through a little like forest preserve that it's kind of like a tunnel of trees, like you're all surrounded. It's pretty cool. Dixon also has a pretty cool dam. That's pretty cool. So with that being said, I'm gonna cut it here and pick up when I get to Byron and start my way down Route 2 following the Rock River. So the Great River Ride starts up in Minnesota and goes all the way to the Gulf near Louisiana, and just follows the Mississippi all the way down. But that's a decent trip. But you can do sections of it. So if you shoot out to like Savannah, you have Poopy's there, which is a biker bar. You can go to Poopy's, follow 84 up towards Galena. From Galena, shoot up all the way up to like Eclair, and that whole section, when I tell you, it's perfect. It's nice. So, but I figured I'd come out here, chill. I figured stop in here. It's a nice spot. Got some boaters out on the river today. I think it's about high 80s. So riding, I'm pretty cool. But when you sit, it gets hot. Crazy. That's because you have no wind going. I know. Stupid, but it's science. And it's got a spam call. Those are fun. For how nice of a day it is. Usually there's a lot of bikers on 72. Only past a handful. Which I'm kind of surprised. I mean, especially right now on 2, I feel like I would normally see a bunch of bikers heading up this way. So we're gonna go see if we can find any more riders and go enjoy what Route 2 has to offer. So stay tuned. We got more coming up. It's not just this. I just want to chill right now. That stuff's cool. Just the view. Also, this does make me want to go back out to Savannah and ride the Great River Road. And then there is a little back way from Savannah and it goes up to Elizabeth. I can't remember the name of the road, but it's super windy. And the way I found that was just going, I knew I was going out to Savannah and I just went on Google Maps and it was like trying to just like find the most like twisty roads, and that's what I came up with, and that's how I was able to find all that. So that's how I was able to kind of come up with that, or that's how I was able to find that road. But I'm pretty sure that was the forest preserve section where it kind of takes you through the trees and there's hills. which, like, driving down a road in Illinois, out of all places, you really wouldn't expect to see that, or like kind of have like those type of views. That would realistically be like a normal view that you would expect from like Wisconsin, especially like northern Wisconsin, because for the most part Illinois is flat unless you go out east towards Savannah and Dubuque, and that section kind of ties into the Driftless, which is a section of Wisconsin where years ago the glaciers came through, and it's super hilly, and they have a trail, or a hiking trail, that starts on the east side, or on the west side, and goes all the way. So I think it starts south of like Duluth. It's called the Ice Age Trail, and I'm pretty sure it starts south of Duluth, or like Minnesota, Minneapolis, whatever, and it like comes down south, like southern Wisconsin, near like Delafield, and then from like Delafield and like through like Whitewater, it then shoots back up and goes up to near Lake Sheboygan. And I think it's about like 1,200 miles, and people hike it. But what I was saying is, I'd almost consider like Galena, that area, tying into the Driftless region, which it's like, once you go to like East Illinois, it's all, there's some nice roads and super hilly. So maybe in a couple weeks I'll head out that way and bring the camera. I have a route planned and a trip planned for August. Planning on heading to Merrimack, Wisconsin, taking the ferry across to Michigan. From there, heading up to the Mackinac Islands and taking the bridge across up to the UP and looping back around. So we're finally going to do that. I just need to purchase a ticket for the ferry, and that'll be all set. Gonna camp out the whole time. I have a pretty cool setup that's kind of for like motorcycle travel or like motorcycle camping. I feel like it's kind of common, but it's not a tent and it's not a hammock. So you have to stay tuned for that. But been enjoying just filming a little bit here and there and not taking anything serious. I mean, as you can kind of tell from the name of the channel, Simple on Moto. Just taking it simple, nothing serious. But I have been enjoying filming these and getting the setup all dialed and editing the videos. And I feel like throughout the videos I have posted, you can kind of tell like it has gotten better. And so I've been enjoying it. I get some inspiration and kind of style. There's this channel, Project Odyssey, and he has a couple cool videos that more like trip videos and adventure videos. Recently he uploaded a video doing the twat, and that was super cool to see. And another video, him and his buddy got gold wings and traveled from where he's at in Iowa all the way to the Florida Keys. So, and he just does random challenges. He did a video where he had $20 and one of those little Honda monkeys. So what he did is took the Honda monkey, $20, and maybe just a backpack for clothes and camp, and didn't really have like a set plan other than heading north and seeing how far you can actually get. But I'm pretty sure he actually made it from like Iowa all the way up through Minnesota, and either made it or he was like super close to making it over the border. But I'm pretty sure they went over the border. They just had to top off, or he had to use more than his 20 to get there. But let's just say like simple video editing and like the style of video he does, I think it's super cool. So we just passed a sign for Dixon. This is probably where we'll turn around. Like we're gonna go into Dixon. There's a cool little spot, and I'll finish it off. We're gonna do this. Bridges. So 2 continues. That, if you make a left there, 2 continues. What I do is I'll take this little back road. You can kind of get close to the water. And then there's a little dam that I'll usually stop at. And that's probably where I'll call this one. That's it. That was the simple ride all the way out to Dixon from Byron, following Route 2 and following this beautiful water you see. So with that being said, hope you enjoy and have yourself a good day. Thank you.